Alright, so my guy is about an hour out. Good God, the lighting sucks. My guy's about an hour out. Here's what we got. I guess his truck broke down and they said that he had till 4 o'clock to get it out of here. We got here around 2:30. So we'll be picking this up. This is the 40-foot PJ. No, sorry, 40-foot load trail. Used to PJs. So it's all chained. Everything is good. You guys will see it's on blocks, it looks like. Gotta make sure everything's good. Triple axle, you guys know I love that shit. This was just kind of sprung on me that he broke down. So we're gonna see how these Timbrins do, if they do all right. You can see they're already working. I see some marks on the axle. That's a good sign. So we'll see how this thing pulls. Like I said, I don't know what he's doing with the truck, but it is a little windy. Make sure those tarps are good and secured. Should be here soon, probably within like 30 minutes or something like that, but I think he said this load weighs like 10,000 pounds. I'm assuming the trailer weighs like 7. So 17,000 pound trailer. Let's go over some numbers here. So it's a 21K trailer, 37K axle. Trying to find the empty weight. Trailer weight 7550, so it's a little heavy. So 21,000. Let's check the door sticker. It should be 9,000. 9,000. I love these because they put me right at 30,000 pounds. So we'll see how these tires do. We are going to be replacing these at some point. If you guys saw Tow Piglet's old truck, the original Tow Piglet 1.0, that truck had, he put 22x12s on it. And the reason that he did the 22x12s instead of the 20x12s is that the load capacity is higher on a 35 on a 22 than it is a 33 or 35 on a 20. So we're going to be going up to a 35. Unfortunately, I didn't want to go to a bigger tire, but it's one of those. It's like these tires are only rated at like 2270, I think it is. So if we go 35s, we can up like 3,000 or 4,000 on the axle capacity, which is pretty neat. I just need to figure out what tires he was running, and then we're going to grab a set of those for the truck. Got the work lights going, and I've never gotten to tow with the B&W. So we'll see how this truck does realistically on this trip. We haven't had any exhaust issues yet. It looks like the tip hasn't fallen off yet. It's a good sign. I think I did a good job putting it on. A couple of exhaust leaks, but not a big deal. They're all back here. So Liam is coming with for the trip. Like I said, we're in New Jersey now. This is going to be going to Wisconsin. We're getting everything unhooked now while we're waiting. Liam's trying. Yeah, there we go. I'm surprised and impressed that he got one. Unfortunately, this trailer is going to have to really go high up in the air. All right, sorry, raining a little bit. We have the trailer fully down on there. I had to go through the tailgate and back through here. Mind you, I need to order the thing that goes in the bed so I can gooseneck it back here. But we have the Timbrins doing their job. Look at them fuckers compressing. Not too much squat, probably a couple inches. He's just going to get me the plate and the inspection papers now. Once I drop this load, I'll give him back his equipment. And yeah, there's no plate on it, so I do need to go get that. That should be about it. I'll get back to you guys in the morning. I need to go over all the damages on the trailer as well. The only damage I'm really seeing is this plug here, but luckily the way that I'm running it, it won't be an issue for me because it's already held in there pretty tightly. You can see through that, so it's already tight. If I take any corners, you can see it in there. His tarps, his chains, straps, binders, all that shit. We're gonna make sure everything is tight. probably go and get the tires checked out at some point, because I don't exactly trust random tires that I don't know the pressures to, and I need to get mine checked as well. The other side's looking pretty low though. Sorry about the wind noise if there is any. I can feel it. Dunnage. Okay, so that's strapped in like that. Not very well. I'm gonna have to strap that. All right, truck's doing all right. Let's see if we have any leaks. I don't see anything. Timbrins are putting in work. I had to stop because one of my straps, again, not this one, that one's good. That's the one I went over. One of my straps came loose. Now I checked them before I left, but this wasn't my load. So he already strapped and checked everything. Was it you? It is not you. You can see, yeah, one of my straps came loose. So I'll retighten that back down. I don't know why it went loose, but it's been fine this whole time. The 48 RE did go into overdrive off once. It lasted about 3 minutes, and then it went right back into tow haul. So we might have got a little hot there, but it didn't trigger a light, so we're all right. I'm not trying to like force the damn thing. I'm trying to keep it in between 50 and 60. I'm not trying, like, until we get the transmission built, which will happen, it'll have to happen. Until we get the transmission built, I'm not, and a lot more cooling, I'm not gonna be screwing around with it too much. Well, this is the third time I went to overdrive off and the trans light came on. So I'm gonna let it sit here in neutral and cool off for a little bit. And yeah, we're definitely gonna have to add some cooling to this engine. The coolant temp's been perfectly fine, but we're just going through figuring out the issues that it's gonna have, and we shall go from there. Now, I remember my last 48, I had that overheat light like 17 times before it finally neutraled everything. And yeah, so hopefully we're all right. Got her in high idle, and e-brake is on, and now we don't have any problems. So I'm gonna let it sit here for probably 2 more minutes. I thought I turned the AC off. I'm gonna let it sit here for 2 more minutes till 6:26, and then we are gonna let it go. All right, here's where we are at. We almost didn't make it. I have a quarter tank, but it seemed like it was getting low pretty quick. So all the straps seem all right for now. This one strap over here, I found out why it came loose. I didn't film it, but it came loose. Apparently the teeth are getting a little shitty. So you guys can see how well the truck's doing. I do need to figure out the transmission at some point, but I don't see any leaks. So at some point we'll get a built transmission. Actually, I'm headed out to Ohio, or over to Wisconsin. So I wonder, I think Fire Punk's in Ohio, so maybe I'll stop by there and see if I can't get a quote, because if anybody's gonna do my transmission, I want it to be them. But I don't need anything crazy. So like a torque converter, billet shafts, I don't know, whatever can make this transmission last a long time, and then we just need to throw some coolers at it. PA Turnpike, 642 for diesel. I was hoping to make it back. I could get it for like under $5 in PA, but I kind of got fucked. Also, these mirrors suck. They are terrible. I'm gonna be replacing them with some GM mirrors here soon. And I told my kid to turn my truck off yesterday, and he pulled the key out, and I was like, oh. So apparently I don't need to leave the key in the ignition for it to stay running. So that's kind of cool. I actually do like that feature. You gotta break the ignition key for it to work. Oh, come on. I am gonna wait to fill the aux tank until we have this load dropped off, because these tires are only rated for like 4,500 pounds across the rear axle, which is why I haven't been going over 60. But at some point I will be upgrading, but they have plenty of tread left on them, so I'll be upgrading to something that has like 6,000 or 7,000 pounds, which will be more than enough for what I plan on doing. And this being a triple axle, most of the weight is back across the axles anyway, as opposed to a tandem where a lot of the weight comes up front. Liam found this out. Look at this. I really like that. Now I don't got to carry 2 keys around. I made it home. So now we're going to head out. We'll go drop this thing off. That is so heavy. Good God. This poor transmission. The Timbrins are doing what they need to do. The other side looking pretty good. Sweet. I wish I'd have caught all that on camera. I accidentally knocked the shifter into reverse and the truck shut off. And I put it in neutral. It fired right back up. That was scary. Don't do that. And we got our check engine light back. That tells me that our fuel delivery problem is not fixed. But I mean, I already knew that it wasn't fixed, but now the check engine light's on for it. I'm learning if you stay into it, keep the RPMs up, climbing hills. I haven't had an issue yet, but it has gone overdrive off a couple of times, unless I've noticed, like right now, I'm staying into it just to hold me right at 50 mile an hour. Ignore the speedo, it's wrong. I'm doing 50. But if I stay into it, I'll hold 50 all day with an 18,000 pound load. I could be going faster if I had better transmission cooling and a built tranny, but I mean, for what it is, I don't think that's too bad for a truck that is not made for this kind of weight. It's not overheating. The temperature fluctuates like it normally does, like any other truck. We're still holding 50. It's 85 degrees outside. Humid as shit. And she's holding. Alright, so I have finally cracked the code, at least I think, on how not to overheat this transmission after it's been 3 red lights have come on now for the transmission. So I think that's like 220, 230, something like that. I've been screwing around with it all day, and I've realized that you cannot baby it. You have to constantly, like right now, you have to constantly be in the power, like this. And the RPMs can't be low. Like, they gotta be at least 2,000. I've also realized, instead of letting the computer go into overdrive off for me when it gets too hot, I should manually engage overdrive off. And it's been working. So anytime I hit like 63 or under, if I know I'm losing speed, I will hit overdrive off. And I haven't had an overheat since. So we're just gonna let it keep going just like that. And I think we've figured it out. So we've got about 7 hours and 50 minutes to go. So a few hours ago, I thought this was bad for my transmission, revving it like this and giving it a bunch of throttle. But that's the only way to keep it from overheating, and it seems to be super happy with it, so whatever. I can leave the truck running. Dude was pissed because my Easy Pass wasn't. I'm like, I just bought this truck this week, and this is the first time coming back to the Ohio Turnpike. I'm like, I'm literally going to go buy 2 more. So I went and bought 2 more Easy Passes, 1 for each vehicle, and I have, so yeah, 3 transponders now, and my thing is mounted up on the thing where it's supposed to be, so. All right, I'm not gonna fill the tank the whole way, but I am gonna go to the 300 mark. Why is that so slow? I'm gonna go till that says 300. There we go, that's full. Oh man, these fuel prices are stupid insane. All right, so I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea or a bad idea, but I filled the aux tank with fuel, and it kind of comes out black now. So I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay, so yeah, that's black. That's all black, right? I'm gonna do a little bit for you. But there's diesel in it, so I looked it up. Apparently Cummins allows 10% waste motor oil. That's diesel-y. So I put a filter on it and we're gonna see if she stays running. Little bit of waste oil. I do plan on getting new injectors and a CP3, so if anybody's worried about this, just realize that I am too. I figure I still have a little over half a tank, so all of this is going to mix in with the already fresh diesel. Is it still black? Oh, it's still black. It's gonna be doing that for a while. Good God. I made a wee bit of a mess. I'm gonna get this thing all cleaned up and shit once we're done. I wanna get a new nozzle as well. Well, now we have a full tank and everything that came out of that was black. So let's hope that the truck doesn't blow up. So we just filled up and it is snowing. 35 degrees and snowing. So that was a $300 bill right there. We just $5.59, saving some money, but oh yeah, this trip's getting expensive. So it snowed last night, as you guys can see. It is absolutely freezing. We have 2.5 hours to go, so we're gonna try to make this drop today. Hopefully they let me drop today, because then I can head up and we can pick up first thing in the morning, just coming back home. So this is where we're sitting. We haven't had any issues yet, and I'm hoping it stays that way. Exhaust tip hasn't fallen off yet. Truck leaks. I don't know if that's oil or what. No, it looks like it's just water. This thing does leak a good amount of oil, so I am gonna get it fixed when we get back. But that's gonna do it. I haven't had any issues with running waste oil by accident, so we're gonna get this thing down the road. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys like fuel savings, go down in the description, check out Mud Flap. Don't forget to check out the other links that are down there. If you need to get a hold of me, centralpalogistics@gmail.com. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Have a good one.